Hi Virgo, I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for May 2023. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, rising sign, and moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what is to come for you this month of May and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there, so you might really want to check that out. This recording is for Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, and Virgo Moon. I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck in this reading. All that being said, Virgo, now on to your May 2023 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have in this reading, Virgo, is the Ace of Cups, and this is card symbolizes a new love relationship coming in. It could also be a rebirth of an existing love relationship. It could also indicate universal love from the public or just feeling love in general. It could also be about loving something going on in your life or something you love to do. Some of you are trying hard to rekindle a romantic love that you're in, or it could be a romantic love from the past. You're being more open and receptive to receive dramatic attention from this partner. You may also feel like you want them to be more into you. You could be taking steps to try to entice them more, be more attractive to them, appealing to them, and get them more intertwined into your life. For some of you, it's like a dichotomy. On one hand, you're open to receiving all this attention and affection from a partner. On the other hand, you're the one kind of trying to enhance it and engage this person and get them to be more into you and intertwined with you. For some of you that it's not love at all in a romantic sense, you could be building on something you love to do. You could be trying to take things up to another level, advance things. That could also be in a love relationship. Like you could have a friendship that you want to advance into a love relationship, or you could be in a love relationship you wanted to advance further to be more serious in some way. But for some of you, that could apply to non-romantic things where you wanted to elevate a career, a craft, a skill, a job, something that you're doing. You may want to advance it, expand it, elevate it, and get it to go further. Some of you that are single, don't be surprised if true love comes out of the blue to you. You could meet somebody that could be the one this month. You may find yourself wanting to be more appealing, more attractive, more sensual, more whatever that means to you. What means that to you might not mean that to somebody else. So that's all a very individualistic thing. And if you've changed your appearance in any way, you may really be strutting your stuff, Virgo. Like if you got any cosmetic surgeries, or you lost any weight, or you changed your hair or makeup or clothing, or you're feeling like, you're looking awesome. Don't be surprised if you find yourself like, hey, I want to show it off. I want people to notice how I look. So you're going to be feeling good about yourself. and your appearance. So the next card in your reading is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor, the planets in the heavens and the spirit guides around you conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. This could also indicate a karmic cycle ending and a new karmic cycle beginning. It could also indicate the ups and downs of karma. For some of you Virgos, you are processing a lot of emotions, a lot of things that have been affecting you on an emotional scale the past few months. You're like, it's like going through a cycle. You're cycling through it and you're processing these emotional things that have emotionally triggered you, or, you know, that you've been feeling. And if you feel like you've been in hermit mode or kind of keeping to yourself, you're going to be stepping out into the forefront now. You're going to want to be more, you're going to find yourself being more social, drawn to more social things, letting people know what's going on with you, what you've been up to, what you've been working on, how you've been feeling, any things you've been working on behind the scenes. This is all stuff like you're going to be more front and center, out in the spotlight, out in the forefront. You may decide you want to embark on some kind of classes, lecture series, webinars, seminars. You may feel like you have to sustain yourself better in the world, so you may feel that you need to go back to take some kind of classes to get more up to speed in some kind of field of endeavor that you've been in. Maybe you feel like maybe you've retired and now you want to go back to work, or maybe you had been working part-time and you haven't been, or you stepped away from the field that you were trained in and now you want to go back to it, and you may feel like, this has changed. I got to take some classes to get back on the ball of what's going on now with it. What's going on now? You know, things change, man. I mean, seriously, I can't how many things, even over like just in the food business, right? I went to culinary school, I graduated, I learned everything that was like happening at that time at that school, and the Culinary Institute of America, so it was on the forefront of what was going on. And then years after I graduated, I see all these different trends and things that got popular in the food business was not things I learned at school. You may find yourself in that position, like, wow, when I went to training or schooling or college or whatever it was, we learned things this way, but now it's changed and there's so many new things happening. If I try to go back into it, I'd need to like get on the ball of changes. So you may find that is something happening for some of you. If you already know how to do something really well, you may decide to go on some kind of lecture series or tours or teaching circuit where you're going around and you're teaching people. You could become a substitute teacher. You could become a coach. You could be being a guest speaker or guest lecturer at colleges or training facilities in whatever it is you know how to do. That could come up here for you Virgos. So the next card you have for May of 2023 is the Seven of Cups, and this is scattered energy, scattered emotions. It could also be scattered thinking. Choose wisely from the illusions around you. You may also feel like you have a lot on your plate in May. Sometimes it can mean a dream come true, but I don't usually see it that way. It is usually being scattered or having a lot on your plate. You could also find you might have difficulty in making a decision about something. It's like you have a huge to-do list, a huge checklist. Like, Did I do this? I did that. Check. I got to do this, and then I need to do that. Check. Like, you're looking at a list of things that you need to do, you need to get on top of, you need to take care of, things you need to fix, repair, replace, attend to. It's like a big to-do list. Some of you may feel like, you know what, I want to make some things easier on myself, so some of these things I don't want to have to handle myself, so I'm going to pay somebody to do some of them. Like, let's say you're willing to handle this, that, and the other, but maybe you're like yard work, pulling weeds and, weed whacking, grass cutting and all that. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm not doing that. I got way too much stuff to do, so I'm going to pay somebody to do it. That could be one of the things, things like that. Or my deck needs to be repainted or refinished or, whatever, or rebuilt. Maybe you know how to do those things, but you're like, okay, I got way too much to do. I'm going to pay somebody to do it. You may also find that you have to be the master of patience in May, where you have to wait for certain things to get approved or come through or come to you. So you may feel like, man, I'm waiting on this. I need to have that. It could be things like registrations, permits, licenses. It could also be citizenship. It could be insurance cards. It could be test results of any kind. And you may find that you have to really be the pillar of patience in May. You may even be reliving a lot of past memories, and you could even be doing something with that by like creating a video series of memories or photo albums or memory books or things like that. You may be involved in creating something to commemorate your memories. So, to get more psychic messages and predictions from my spirit guides, please check the description box below this video for the links for my most recent videos for Vimeo. I look into very specific topics using a variety of divination tools to bring you more accurate predictions for your astrological signs. These links and descriptions are also available on the videos page of my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Thank you. The fourth card you have in your reading is the Five of Swords, and this is standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, standing up against any gossipers, naysayers, or detractors. If there's any battle, you're likely to win it. You could be also standing up for yourself in some way. You could have somebody in your family creating some kind of ruckus or instability or problem for you. For some of you, I feel it's a brother, but if you don't have a brother, it's obviously going to be somebody else. But I do get somebody creating an obstacle or havoc, and it does have male energy from it. So if it's not a brother, it could be some other male figure. You may feel like, I want to block you and stop you right here because you're interfering in my life, or whatever they're doing is causing you some kind of problem. You could feel like they're getting into your business. They could even be getting into your stuff. They could be going in your room or going in your house or going in your garage or going in your shed and snooping around or taking your stuff, or borrowing things without asking. But they could also be getting into your personal business, like sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong is also can be part of this energy. If somebody comes along and tries to make you an offer for something you're selling and they lowball you, you're going to say, no, I'm not taking it. It's too low. That could be for a house. It could be for a vehicle of some sort. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're selling technology and other equipment. You may put your foot down and say no. Some of you that have some kind of domestic disputes or issues with a spouse, a significant other, or somebody else, that you may like tell them, you come any closer to my property or to myself, I'm calling the cops. Or you may be getting a restraining order. So some of you Virgos that have had, like I said, domestic disputes or disputes with anybody that's like getting in your space, or that you feel is a threat to you, you could get a restraining order, or you could be threatening this person or people, whomever it is, that you're going to call the cops or get legalities involved. That also comes up here for Virgos. Some of you may feel like you don't want to get sucked down some kind of rabbit hole, and you're going to stop yourself. So if you're prone to like upsetment, depression, or going off on tangents about stuff, or getting upset about like investigating things or looking into stuff, you may have the tendency, like once you start, and even project starting, like, you know, you start one thing and then, oh, but this needs fixing, and then that needs fixing, and then, oh, but I got to take care of this and that and that. That's like going down a rabbit hole too. So you could be stopping yourself from going down some kind of weird rabbit hole in May. Your last card of this reading for May of 2023 is the Hermit, and this is spiritual guidance. Your spirit guides lighting the way, showing you the path to go, watching you, guiding you. You could be the Hermit, where you're taking a step back and getting a lay of the land before you proceed forward, but you are, my nose is itching, sorry, you are still being guided by your spirit guides. You're kind of taking a review of your life. You're analyzing your life. You're taking some kind of assessment, and you're saying, am I where I want to be? Is this where I want to be right now? Am I doing the things that I want to do? And am I in the relationships I want to be in? Am I in the career I want to be in? Am I living in the area I want to be in? You may be asking yourselves many, many questions of this nature. You may fear and feel like you've got yourself boxed in to some kind of corner. You may feel like you need to relocate. You may feel like you don't have the freedom of movement that you need to have. Maybe you don't feel, you could feel that way about your career. You may feel that way about a love relationship. But for many of you, it's where you are living, where you're situated. You may feel also that you may feel emotionally boxed in, and that if you don't get yourself out of where you are, it's just going to continue to be emotionally depressing to you. You may also be reviewing some things that you kind of put aside, that you may feel like maybe I need to go back to that, especially if it involves spirituality or religion, or both. Maybe you stepped away from religion, or you used to be a really spiritual person and you kind of have been not paying attention to that. And maybe now you're feeling like you need to get back to that. And if it's not spirituality or religion, it could be something that was at one point very ingrained in you and extremely important to you, that you walked away from or kind of pushed aside. You may feel like, I need to get back to that, whatever that was. It could be a craft, a hobby, a skill. It could be a belief, an ideology, anything that was once really super important to you, and integrated in your life that you pulled away from, you could feel very drawn to go back to it now. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Virgos to work with, use, and wear in the month of May 2023 is carnelian. And carnelian restores motivation and stimulates creativity. It also gives courage and promotes positive life choices. It dispels apathy and motivates for success. It is useful for overcoming abuse of any kind. It helps in trusting yourself and perceptions. Wow. If you go back and just listen to what I said right there and think about what came up in your reading, this makes total sense that you would have gotten this stone. It's going to help you be very brave in confronting your demons, whatever your demons are. If it's, addictions or bad habits or people, or situations, it's going to help you confront them, be brave, confront them, which will then in turn help you overcome them. It's going to make you feel more happy, more bright, more light, and more uplifted if you're wearing this stone or carrying it with you or sleeping with it under your pillow or even meditating on your third eye chakra or your throat chakra or your heart chakra when you're resting or meditating. It's going to help clear any cloudiness in your mind of what direction you want to go in and where you want to be and what you need to do. So if you have cloudiness in any of those areas in May, if you work with this stone, especially putting it on your third eye chakra, I feel it will clear a lot of things up for you like that. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look into very specific topics using a variety of divination tools, the most recently recorded links I post down below in the description box in the Show More section. And they're also listed on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. You can there go to the videos page and scroll down and see all the video series I've used, what divination tools I've used, how long the predictions go out for, and whatever video heading you want, you just click on whichever zodiac sign you want under that heading, and that link will take you directly to that video on Vimeo. Now, the most recently recorded video series, I'm going to mention them here. My first is, of course, the Psychic Crystal readings for May 2023 for each sign of the zodiac. It's a continuation or an expansion of these psychic tarot readings I do here at the beginning of the month on YouTube. And I cover a variety of topics, like everything I can think of to look into. It's condensed into these videos. So if you want to see, your love life, your family life, your health, work, money, these things are covered in crystal readings. So I hope you'll decide to check them out. My other most recently recorded videos are the Career and Finance Psychic Tarot and Crystal readings. They go out 12 to 18 months. The start date of these videos is April of 2023, and they go until the beginning of October of 2024. Also, my eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, April 20th, 2023, Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card readings are available also on Vimeo. These are very detailed readings. I highly recommend, if you've never watched any of the eclipse videos, to do so. Many people find they really speak to them, and you may also find they speak to you. There's a lot of things going on there. Tarot, crystal, oracle card. You got to check it out. I tell you what's ending for your sign, what's beginning for your sign, what's the blessing for your sign, and what's the karmic lesson for your sign. And in addition to, that's what the tarot cards are covering, and then the crystal and the oracle card. So if you can do so, I highly recommend watching both your rising sign and your sun sign if you can do so in that video series. Also, my What's Lucky and New for You in 2023 Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings. As I've said before, a lot of times when I hear in these videos and I'm listening to my guides, I think, well, that might be new, but how lucky is it? A lot of times these things that sound like, okay, it's new, but where's the luck here? You may find it's lucky for you later. However, in this video series, for most of the signs, not all, I felt like, wow, these sound lucky right off the bat, like you don't have to wait for the luck. So you might want to check out those What's Lucky and New for You in 2023. Also, my Saturn in Pisces Psychic Tarot and Crystal readings. They start in March of 2023 and they go out 2.5 to 3 years in time. So hopefully you'll check them out. These predictions, they're going to keep going. So you might want to see how Saturn in Pisces will be affecting you. And again, if you can watch both your rising sign and your sun sign, I recommend it. But you know, some people say their moon sign resonates with them in these readings. I'd go by whatever resonates with you on my YouTube readings. That's what you should get in the Vimeo readings. So also, big love readings for singles and couples for 2023. First half of the readings are going to focus on the single people of your sign. The second half of the reading focuses on the coupled people of your sign. However, I recommend watching the entire video because there will be crossover. Sometimes people have asked me, why do you put these in here? I'm single, I don't want to buy the couple, or vice versa. Well, there's a few reasons, but mainly you could start out at the beginning of the year single and later in the year you're a couple, and that could switch. You could start out as a couple and later on you're single. That's the main reason, but there are some other reasons, but hopefully you'll check those out. Also, my Horseshoe Tarot Spread 7-card Psychic Tarot readings. Those videos are extremely popular. Lots of people like the Horseshoe Tarot Spread. I do one every year. There's 7 cards in that reading. There's a lot of information, psychic messages and insights for you there. Those predictions started in August of 2022, but go all the way till August of 2023. So if you haven't watched those yet, you've still got 4.5 months of predictions that could still come up there for you in those Horseshoe Tarot Spread readings. Also, if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you're not going to see here on a video on YouTube, where I channel these messages through, you could follow me on social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. And I've started posting these about a year ago on my YouTube community pages as well, because some people don't like those other social media pages and they just go to YouTube. So I'm posting it there as well. And it's usually about 5 paragraphs long. And many people find either 1, 2, or all of the messages resonate with them. So you may find they resonate with you too. So I hope you'll go over to my social media pages on Instagram and Facebook and check them out. And again, I know you guys are probably sick of it. I'm going to mention it again because I just had somebody write me this morning and tell me there's another fake fraud cloned account of mine on Instagram. I got to warn you guys, they copied the pictures. It looks like me. It is pictures of me. I don't really know how they're allowed to get away with doing this. There really should be better protections about doing it. I don't get it, but that is the case. So if anybody contacts you on social media and says they're me and acts like, oh, I'll give you a reading, it is absolutely 100% not me. I only work from my wait list, which I closed in 2018, still have over 1,000 people on it, and I work from my cancellations list, which is still open, but I will be closing probably by the end of this year because it's just too long and I'll never get through these people. I can only do a few private readings a month because of the recordings I do here for YouTube, the recordings I do on Vimeo, plus I also do Reiki healing sessions for clients and some private readings. I don't have time anymore to do a lot of private readings. So if somebody's contacting you on Instagram, please block them, report them, and block them. I can't see them because they block me. The only way I know it happens is when you guys write me and tell me. Otherwise, I don't know. I could search my name and nothing's going to show up but me. But they block me, so I can't see that. So if you could please report them and block them, and don't fall for what they're doing. They're trying to get your money, and they're also trying to get your private information. So please don't fall for it. If you, the only way you're ever going to hear from me personally is if you have signed up to be on my cancellations list or wait list. That's the only way. Otherwise, I'm not friending you, I'm not following you, I'm not soliciting you at all. And if you would like to help support the work I do here with my readings on YouTube, I have a donation link down below in the description box underneath all these video series I mentioned. And thank you so much to those of you who have donated. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help me a lot. I had a criticism recently of somebody telling me they didn't like me begging for money. I'm just going to let you know that when you buy my Vimeo videos and you donate to my channel, that is my living. I don't have another job. I do private readings, Reiki, and the videos on Vimeo, and if you guys donate. That's how I earn my living. I don't have another job. I don't do something else. This is it. It encompasses an awful lot of my time. I wouldn't really even have time to do another job. Taking care of my son, who still lives at home, and my dog Max, and my property, and then the work I do, I don't have time to do any other work. So those of you that don't like it when I mention this stuff in the past, this is my living. I'm not doing this on the side. So thank you so much for your kindness and your donations. It does mean a lot, as I said, and it does help me a lot. So I hope you have absolutely amazing energy that comes to you this month of May 2023. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.